The Arctic ice cover is disappearing. Within decades, there could be no ice covering the Arctic during the summer months. Scientists are racing against time to document and protect the fragile Arctic ecosystem before increased human activity destroys it forever. Here's a report. The Arctic is losing its ice cover at a record pace. The receding ice sheets have revealed swathes of ocean previously impenetrable to scientific investigation. Scientists like Dr. KIRSTIN THOMPSON are among those using new technologies to document the rich ecosystem lying beneath it.
What we're doing here is we're collecting environmental DNA from the seawater, and a short word for that is eDNA, so E stands for environmental DNA. And what it is, it's just all of the DNA that's in the cells that are sloughed off animals as they pass through the water. So that could be mucus, skin, poo, whatever has passed through that water and left behind a trail of cells. We may be able to detect by just filtering the water and trapping those cells on a specialized filter and preserving that DNA and taking it back to the lab.
eDNA can identify the species currently roaming the frigid northern waters. Scientists hope that doing so will help build a case to designate large parts of the ocean as marine protected zones.
The Arctic is quite rich in biodiversity, and it provides habitat for a whole number of different species, many of which are very specific to those areas. And at the same time, it's actually an area that needs much more research. There's a lot about the Arctic that we don't know, and huge knowledge gaps. So we need to really focus our attention on understanding this ecosystem much better.
Increased human activity could destabilize this rapidly changing part of the world. Arctic could be completely free of sea ice in the summer within decades. This would make it a highly attractive route for transcontinental shipping. That brings with it a risk of accidents and oil spills. Increased mining for minerals and hydrocarbons also poses grave risks. Alarmingly, there are no environmental protection areas covering the international waters around the North Pole.
Much of the Arctic ecosystem is unprotected, and this is really quite a concern because as the ice recedes and this whole area warms and is changing so rapidly, it means that it's now quite vulnerable to the impact of human activities. And that's why we really need a very strong global ocean treaty to protect these areas.
The Arctic has been one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth. It's under threat. Environmentalists hope that evidence of a teeming ecosystem in the Arctic will help bolster the case for halting the encroachment of human activity. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.